Good morning. This is Father Stephen Kelly from St. John's Church in Detroit. We're continuing our series of daily morning meditations where we generally look at one or another of the lessons that are assigned for morning or evening prayer, what is known as the daily office lectionary. And I thought we'd go back and take a look again at our Genesis lessons. Genesis is assigned for our readings during morning prayer this week and last week. And we're working our way through some of those famous stories. We talked about creation. Now we're all the way up to Noah and the flood. And we dealt with the other day about the actual story of how God realized that mankind had become so unbelievably wicked. The fall of Adam and Eve and sin has just been escalating, and human beings have turned and rebelled against God in all sorts of ways. And so therefore, God, he actually says that he is sorry that he created mankind, and that's a terrible conviction of what sin does to the heart of our Lord. And so he decides that he's going to destroy the creation, but there is one person who is found righteous, and that is Noah and his family, and he decides he's going to save one family, Noah, his wife, his sons, and their wives, and they, of course, all of the animals, a portion of each of them, in order to be saved from the waters of the flood, and basically to reboot the entire creation. And so it builds the ark. We know about the dimensions, all those stories, the stories that we learned in Sunday school, and it rained 40 days and 40 nights, and then another 150 days for the rain's waters to recede. Finally, it does, and they are able to leave the ark. And so today we're assigned chapter number 8, and I'm going to jump forward. It starts at verse 9, but I'm going to jump forward to verse 18. And Noah went forth, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives, and him, every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth, and after their kinds, went forth out of the ark. And Noah builded an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast, and every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled a sweet savor, and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake. For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more everything living, as I have done. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. And then this is part's not assigned for today. We skip over it, but I'll add to this. And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth. And the fear of you and of the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, and upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Unto your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Even as the green herb have I given you all things. So anyway, and he goes on to talk more about that. So we have here God, in realizing the gravity of human sin, saves one family through the flood. But then he basically promises that this will never happen again. We do know that the rainbow is given as an outward sign of that promise from God. And so we certainly, whenever I see a rainbow in the sky, I'm reminded that, hey, the rains are over and God has not flooded the earth again as he's promised. But obviously, we are working our way towards the ultimate salvation. Even though Noah was saved through the flood, through the ark, and restarted humanity, basically, what we also know is that what God is doing is preparing through Noah and his seed what will eventually be the relationship of Abraham, and then the covenant that he forms with Abraham, which will then go through Isaac and Jacob and all of their seed, and all the rest of the story of the Old Testament, which is all a preparation for God making a way for us to be reconciled back to him through what will ultimately be the sending of his own Son, the second person of the Holy Trinity, Jesus Christ. So we read these stories looking for how it is that God has not only worked through history, but how the relationship of mankind and God works its way towards covenant with a particular people, and then ultimately through Jesus Christ, who will die on the cross to pay the price for that sin that Adam and Eve committed in the garden, and we all have inherited, known as original sin. So it is Tuesday. The sign-up list for this weekend coming up for the services are up online. You can go to stjohnsdetroit.org, and there's a clickable link to sign up for a service this weekend. We do have, once again, 10 services. You can sign up for 9 of them, a Saturday and Sunday. And then we also have weekday services. We have 12:15 Holy Communion today and tomorrow, and Holy Communion on Thursday at 10:30. And we also have evening prayer every day at 5 o'clock. And those can be attended in person, or you can watch it online at stjohnsdetroit.org. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. May God bless you.